Hello, my name is Muhammad Azai Malaysia Rizal. Now I will explain about industrial action. Industrial action are collective activities carried out by a group of employees to express dissatisfaction with their working condition or to demand improvement. Strike are a common form of industrial action. In this hypothetical scenario, employees in manufacturing company are unhappy with management decision because management decide to implement changes to shift their schedule without consulting them, resulting in longer working hours and reduced benefit. As their concern were not adequately addressed through regular channel, the employees decide to take industrial action in the form of a strike. So, the sequence of events begins with the employees becoming aware of the proposed changes and the potential impact on their working condition. They attempt to communicate their concern to the management through meeting, through discussion, or through the company grievance procedure. However, negotiation fail as an agreement is not reached, possibly due to different priorities or the management unwillingness to reconsider the changes. Management not agree with the change. So, if the employees are part of a trade union representative may get involved in the negotiation process to advocate for the workers' concern. The union then holds a vote among its members to determine if they support going on a strike, with a significant majority voting in favor of industrial action. After that, depending on the jurisdiction, there may be a legal requirement for the union to provide notice to the employee and relevant authorities before initiating a strike. Once these requirements are met, the union officially announces the strike to both the employee and the management, specifying the start of the date and duration of the strike. After that, the employees starting to with picketing and protesting outside the workplace. The union may engage with the media to gain public support and raise awareness about the reason behind the strike. The strike continues until an agreement is reached between the union and management, which could involve revisiting the proposed changes or finding a compromise. Once an agreement is reached, the strike ends and employees return to work under the new terms. It's important to note that industrial action, including strikes, are a last resort and involve careful consideration of legal implication, potential impact, and effective communication and negotiation effort. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Rizwan Mimad Rizal. So today I will explain about industrial action in an organization. So the description of the industrial action. So firstly, industrial relation is the relationship between trade unions, which represent workers in a organization, and the management or the organization. So basically, the purpose of industrial action is to exert pressure on employers to meet certain demands such as increased wages, better working conditions, improved benefits, or changes in company policies. It's often a last resort when negotiation between employees or their representative, such as unions, and the employer have reached an impasse. So the most industrial relation system are tripartite, which is they have three parties. So the first one is employees and their trade unions. Second one is the employers and their associations, and the last one is the government. So the concerns in industrial relation is the first one is trade union, second one is collective bargaining, the third one is industrial trade dispute, and the last one is industrial actions. So the relevant act with regards to industrial relation is the Industrial Relation Act 1967, which is defined under the Industrial Relation Act 1967. Any dispute between the employer and his workmen on issues relating to employment, non-employment, terms of employment or condition of work. The specific coverage include to provide and encourage harmonious relation between employers and employees. The second one is to provide guideline and collective bargaining between employer and employees. And the third one is to establish procedures for settlements of trade disputes. So the second one is Trade Union Act 1959. The Trade Unions Act regulates trade union registration and the use of trade union funds. So this kind of act is to provide the rules on the right of employees to form, join, and participate in any lawful trade union activities, and to provide the rules on the right of employers to form, join, participate in any lawful association. And the last one is to establish and promote legislation affecting the interests of the trade union member. And the last one is Employment Act 1955. This act only applies to Peninsular Malaysia and Labuan only. This act covering all aspects of employment of workers, such as termination, working hours, maternity, and sick leave benefits. And last one is wage payments. So the specific coverage including to provide minimum benefits for those workers covered by the act. Second one is to establish certain right of employers, and the last one is to establish certain rights for employees.
Hello, my name is Afiq. Today I will explain about picket and strike. Picketing is a form of protest where individuals, often employees or union members, gather at a workplace, entrance or other strategic location to demonstrate their grievance. This could involve holding signs, distributing leaflets, and engaging in conversation with passersby to raise awareness about the issue at hand. Picketing aims to put public pressure on employers and draw attention to the concerns of the workers. It can be a peaceful and lawful method of expressing discontent. Okay, next is strike. A strike is a deliberate and temporary cessation of work by a group of employees as a form of protest against their employers. Strikes can take various forms such as a partial or total work stoppage, slowdown or work to rule action. Strikes are typically organized and led by labor unions, and they are a powerful tool for workers to negotiate better working conditions, wages or other employment terms. Strike can be legal or illegal depending on the jurisdiction, and there are often specific procedure and regulation that must be followed for a strike to be considered lawful.
A lockout is the opposite of a strike and occurs when employers rather than employees initiate a temporary closure of a workplace or the exclusion of workers from the premises. Employers may use a lockout as a bargaining tactic or respond to a perceived threat of a strike. Lockout are strategic moves intended to pressure employees or their unions during negotiation. Like strike, the legality of lockout varies by jurisdiction, and there are usually rules and regulations governing their use. Negotiation between the union representative and management ensue. The involvement of a neutral third party, such as mediator or arbitrator, may be sought to facilitate discussion. Eventually, an agreement is reached that addresses the employees' concern, and both parties agree to return to work. It is important to note that industrial action should be considered as a last resort after other avenues of negotiation and communication have been exhausted. The ultimate goal is to encourage dialogue, find common ground, and reach a resolution that satisfies the needs of both the employees and the employer.